All right, guys. Today we're not going to be doing the front brakes because the front brakes look good. Everything looks good on them, so we're not doing them. But we did check them, and these got a lot of life left in them, so we're not going to mess with them. But on the contrary, we have to do the rotors on the rear and the brake pads. And this brake pad is grinding in the rotor. There's no more pad left, if you can see that. No more pad. Completely gone. It's rubbing metal against metal. So we'll be replacing this rotor here, and we'll be replacing the other rotor because we just do a package deal. So we'll be doing the other rotor and the brake pads on this side here too. One thing particular about this job, I believe we're going to have to go inside the computer and put brakes in service mode, so I'll show you how to do that, and we will get this job done together. I hope this helps. What you're going to do next is I put the charger on this car on a slow charge because you're going to have to leave the key on when doing these rear brakes and rotors. And we have the you put the brakes in service mode. So what you're going to do is decalibrate the parking brake, and you have to do it with a scanner. So you'll do that first. I already opened the calipers right now with the scanner. So after you open the calipers up, you're going to come in here and you're going to depress your caliper, which I already did the side, but I'm going to show you the other side. But you're going to depress the calipers so that you'll be able to replace the pads with new pads. So I'll go to the other side and show you exactly how. Once you open the calipers, you can go in here with I'm using a small pry bar, but you could use like a flathead screwdriver. And what we're going to do is we're going to decompress these. So I kind of did it like this. Don't do this unless you open the calipers up, otherwise you'll mess this up. But see how I'm depressing them? So we got that one all the way open right now. It's all the way open, so we'll be able to put new pads in here. So that's the next step. Once you do that, we're gonna remove these calipers, and we're gonna remove the rotors and replace the rotors. So I'll show you how to do that next. But for right now, you're gonna, with the computer, open the calipers, then you're gonna come out here and you're gonna decompress the caliper with your screwdriver after it's open. And so I'll show you what to do next. Next, you're gonna take this clip off here, which I'm gonna do this so you can kind of see. You're gonna take this clip out like this. Also, I already loosened the caliper. It is a Torx 45. You're going to undo your bolts on the back side there, push them back, and a Torx 45 should loosen them for you. You're going to take this spring off here. Once you get the spring off, this caliper will slide out. We don't want a lot of pressure on that wire there, so I'll show you what to do. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God, that is so terrible. Look at that. It's rough back here. It's grinding. So the next one you're going to need is a Torx 30. If you're replacing these rotors, you're going to need a Torx 30 for right there. And we're going to loosen there and take this rotor off. We'll also need to take this bracket off here. You're gonna need, it looks like a Torx or Allen. Looks like an Allen. It's an Allen, I believe. Down. Too big. Let me go see what it is and I'll get back with y'all. Guys, this is our rotor here. You can take this rotor off without pulling the bracket, and I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. Let me position this camera. So position this camera right there. What you want to do is you want to kind of, and you want to be real gentle with it. You want to edge it out this way, and bam, like that. See that? Super simple. You don't have to pull the bracket. It saves you a lot of time and effort, and that's how you do that. So we're going to replace this rotor, the pads, and we're going to move on to the other side. The finished product will look like, you'll tighten that down, you'll work that rotor in there real smooth and simple. Put your pads in. They'll be marked outer and inner. Make sure you put the outer one on the outer, the inner one on the inner. You tighten these down, tighten your bolts down, check everything, put your wire back. I took my wire out here, so you put the wire back there, and this side is done. We're going to move on to the other side. Okay, so we got it collapsed. Now we're going to pull the caliper off. You're going to take these off, these plastic ones, deals off here. We're going to undo the caliper. This top one kind of gives you a pain. Kind of gives you a pain here. But you're going to get this one. You're going to get this one. You're going to pull it off. Then we're going to pull this right here. We're going to position our rotor. Put our rotor in, our new brake pads. We're going to put our clamp back in. We'll go ahead and take this clamp out. Here. Like that. There's our clip. There's our clip right there. You take that clip out, that one, and our brake pads, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, here's what we're going to do. You're going to take your small Torx there, and you're going to undo the Torx that holds the rotor in. And once you undo that, you're going to easily position it like I'm doing here, and it'll squeeze out of there without having to remove that bracket. Simple as that. So you got that out. Now you're gonna make sure your caliper will be out of the way. Push your pins in, and then I'm going into the shop for something. But anyways, we're gonna put the new rotor on. I probably went to go grab the new rotor.
Nope, you do that part. That's what I'm asking.
I ain't got a bathing suit.
Undies is fine. That's what I'll be wearing.
Okay, I'm back. I got the new rotor. You're going to clean it off with some brake cleaner and a rag.
The disc slipped.
Oh,
Ma'am?
No.
I didn't get your name. Get your own therapist, pal.
Once you got your rotor cleaned here, you're going to position it right, and you want it to line up with that bolt hole. So you'll line it up and position it at the same time like I did, or you can position it with the bolt hole later. But in any case, make sure you get it lined up with that bolt hole, and then put your bolt back in it.
Right this way, Mr. Norris. Mr. Norris.
Send them in.
Alright, once you got that tight, you're going to put your brake pads in next. Now, with the brake pads, you're going to have an outer and an inner. So you're going to need to put the inner brake pad on the inside of the bracket, and then you're going to put the outer one on the outside of the bracket, facing on the outside.
How can I help you? This offshore rig has a...
That one was the inner one. Now here's the outer one. The outer one doesn't have a spring. That's how you know which one's the outer one.
Those are not good odds. Pretty shitty.
Now you're going to put your caliper back on. You're going to take your Torx and tighten your bolts back up.
Well, that sounds like an emotional decision. It is. I'm hoping you'll make a practical one and cease funding. We signed a deal. I know, but I'm giving you permission to cancel it. I didn't sign the deal with you, Tommy. You're going to lose every penny of your investment in this venture. Well, unless it works. 90% chance it won't. But if it does. It won't. But if it does. Why are we playing this fucking game? I'm telling you, it won't work. I know you guys are rich. You think losing...
Don't worry, guys. That background noise is TV in the background. I'm recording this in the living room.
Is your boss so rich you just don't give a fuck?
So yeah, you're going to tighten your caliper up here.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Get both those bolts tight. Make sure they're snug.
The royalty payments off the leases alone will generate over $300 million a year. I can shut down this entire business and pay myself back in 3 years. She secured the loan with royalties? Yes, of course. Well, if the well's dry, it's going to clean her out. Well, I wouldn't say.
All right, we got those snugged. Now you are going to put that clip back in. Just go on those holes and it'll snap back in. A little bit of pressure does it. You can do it by hand. It's not it's not that hard. Make sure they're pushed all the way in. And you're pretty much done with this side. Right now I'm snapping that wire back in. Its clamp up there. You'll see what I'm talking about if you're doing this job. Get that snap back in. We're going to put our wheel back on. And those little dust covers, you're going to put those back in as well on the caliper, where your caliper bolts are. And I guess that we're going to put the wheel on, and it should finish the job. And I think we're going to go and do the computer part of it as well.
She and her husband. Well, I guess we'll find out.
We're just getting all the bolts back in there, the studs back in for the tire. Once we get those, we'll tighten them up, and then I guess I'll guide you through the computer part of it. Now this is going to be the decompression part of it, or no, the compression part of it. So, or calibrate of it.
Thank you.
If you got a snap-on scanner, it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't know about other scanners. We have a snap-on at my shop. You'll put your little covers on each little stud that you put back in. It has a little plastic cover that goes over it. So it's kind of a pain. It's just for looks. So that's what it'll look like once you're done. Now we'll move up to the front of the car to the computer. And what we're going to do is go through the decompression part of it. So you'll hit continue. The key has been on this whole time. You'll hit continue on the scanner. You'll go into it and it'll have the next step down, which I accidentally hit the third one down, but I went back and went to the right one. So it's going to be not that one. I just pressed the one right above. So I go back. And I go back because I hit the wrong one. So now I go to the right one and I hit continue. Hit the right one there in the middle. It's going to say there it is. And there it is. What I did was just recompress the calipers. And it says system passed. And once you do that, you just get out of the system, you cancel it out, and you turn the key off. And then I'll go ahead and make sure the parking brake works afterwards just to make sure. But everything should work correctly as long as you do that. Just don't work on this vehicle until you've done this step. That's the most important part. If you don't do this and you try and go and decompress the caliper and you haven't done the step first with the computer, then you're going to cause problems with your calipers. So make sure you do this step before you work on anything on the brakes, on the rear brakes. So I hope this video helped you. Everybody have a wonderful day.